Hello Taurus, this is Olivia from Boss Tarot. I'm here to do your reading for July the 27th through August the 1st. Your tarot cards are laid out and I did pull 2 oracles. Actually 2 fell out, so you're getting it from the same deck. But the first card that came out was the Peacekeeper, and it says let go of the need to be right. Let go of the need to be right. In other words, you don't have to know everything. Or to be right all the time is kind of like being, to feel that you have to be right all the time makes you come across as being egotistical, or like you know it all. It kind of throws people off. It gives them a sour taste in their mouth when somebody's like that. I'm not saying to be dumb, but I'm just saying don't feel like you need to be right all the time, because it demeans other people. Because then they feel like you feel like you're smarter than they are. And it's almost belittling in a sense. And then the second card that came out was Mirror, Guardian. Take the time to reflect. Which really links well with this other one. Maybe you need to change, Taurus. Maybe you need to reflect yourself. Go into your reflection. Go within, kind of like hermit mode. And find out what made you that way. Why do you feel like you always have to be right? Take time to go in and do some reflecting on yourself. And I'm just going by this reading. This doesn't mean everybody's like this. I don't know who this reading is for, but I don't know that I've ever met a Taurus that was like that, but it could just be this particular reading. Anyway, with the tarot cards, the first card that came out was the World in Reverse. This might have something to do with this, because the World in Reverse is something that's not finished. It's a life cycle that's not complete. And it's probably because you're hanging on to something because you feel like you always have to be right. And you might not be right in this situation the way it looks. I'm just saying. And then you get the Chariot, which means this is where you need to do the self-reflecting. You need to look at yourself internally and balance. Get your emotions in balance. Make sure that you're in tune with your heart as well. Link the heart with the head and then see what you look like. And then the Emperor, I heard another tarot card reader talk about this the other day, and I never noticed it. It's just for this particular deck. But you can see that in the Emperor card, look at that bridge. And the person that I heard say that was so amazing. I've seen it many times. I just never thought to link that together. But I think the way I see him is this is you, Taurus, trying to get yourself into a better place instead of always feeling like you have to be right. You're ready to cross that bridge over to where you're just a neutral in a sense. And I don't mean that you're going to just be, boring and humdrum, but I'm talking about you're going to be more aware about saying things that make you feel like you know it all. And this is a bridge that's going to link you between that, the way you were, and the way you are. So somewhere in the middle, which is about where he's standing on that bridge, he's standing right in the middle of it. So he's got his self-balance. And of course, this also talks about the exact same thing. You are balanced, or you're going to be balanced. The Emperor just talks about, the most important thing about this card is that once he does make a plan to, he doesn't just think of something and then just let it go. This person sticks with it. So this is somebody that's very loyal. You can trust him. And this is you, Taurus. You're taking on this energy of the Emperor to get your life back into order, because there's definitely something up with your person. Your person, whoever this might be, is, every one of the cards that came out for this person is in reverse. And just looking at it off the top of my head, it looks to me like they're standing down. They're not going to pursue a Two of Cups. They're not going to pursue a romantic relationship with you. It's done. And the Nine of Cups in reverse talks about it just wasn't a happy connection for them. And on the bottom of the deck, and then we have the Strength card in reverse. This talks about not having any strength. And this could be your person. They might be sick. They might be in a situation where they're trapped. I'm guessing you guys aren't together. But this is a Leo card. And then the Emperor is Aries. And the Chariot is Cancer. So let's go ahead and let's clarify this. For no strength, I don't feel that about you, Taurus. You're pretty strong. You're a bull. This Leo card in reverse, that could actually be your person. Maybe they're not feeling like they're capable. Right off the bat, with the Strength card in reverse, that tells me that somebody doesn't have any courage. No courage, no strength. Let's just see. All right, let's clarify the World in reverse. Oh, the World in reverse. The sun is going to shine. There is going to be success here. You are going to get the World in the upright, which means your life cycle will be complete. Nice. Nice. You will do your reflecting. You will stop feeling like you know everything. You don't have to always be right. Let that go. And you're going to take a leap of faith. You are taking a leap of faith into an unknown. I wonder what that will lead to. Let's see if it has something to do with the Chariot here. The Chariot in the upright. This is being balanced. You're balanced. You know where you're headed. Or you might not know exactly where you're headed, but you know that you're moving on. And it looks like you're moving on from this situation. So let's clarify that. Yes, you are definitely walking away from an unfulfilling situation. There was no love here. No love. All the cups are in reverse. And it's the Death card. This is a permanent end. Cannot go back. It's done. I'm guessing it took you a while, Taurus, to get over this. Because this person looks pretty well determined that they're done. There's no question here. Unless if they're sick or something, we'll see. But they're pretty set on it's done. And this is why the World card came up in reverse, is because you didn't completely walk away and finish the situation. Sorry. And then the Emperor, you were feeling stuck anyway. You knew you were not supposed to be continuing this. You felt stuck. Or maybe you felt obligated, so you let yourself be stuck. Maybe there was something that you felt like you needed to be obligated with this person about. Could be. There was passion. Maybe it was just that, just passion. Or this is you feeling now as if you're stuck because you don't have anybody to depend on, or because you don't have a mate in your life. But you do have something that's new, something that has really inspired you. With the Ace of Wands, this tells me that you've got a passionate new beginning here for something. We'll clarify it one more time and see if we get an answer. Something that's going to bring you is something to do with work. Whatever kind of work you're doing now, you absolutely are inspired about it. And it's financially going to help you grow. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely beautiful. See what happens? This is what happens with the divine. You get stuck in a situation. You can't let go. You might feel obligated. And finally you realize, okay, it's like flogging a dead horse. That horse ain't going to move because it's dead. And then finally you decide that, yes, you realize now that this is a dead situation. You finally got it in your heart and in your head that it was done. And once you close out a cycle like that, the world will turn and the divine will step in and honor you for the lesson that you learned. That's beautiful. It really is. I know it was hard. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's clarify your person's side here. The Knight. Oh, I'm sorry, the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands in the upright talks about perseverance, going straight on, getting things done, reaching that goal. In this case, it's the opposite. Somebody's given up. They're not interested anymore. But I think it was over before this reading, because the world came in reverse. So this had already happened. This didn't just happen now. I think this was prior. If the world would have been in the upright, that would have been a different story. But this is old. This is something that should have been gone a long time ago. And yes, they're definitely serious, because the King of Wands has cut this out. As far as they're concerned, it's done. Over. And they get the Wheel of Fortune, because they too learned their lesson. Do you see how this works? It's beautiful. I just love it. Now the Wheel of Fortune is a little bit different than the World card. This talks about things turning in this person's favor. Instead of all of the situations where things weren't going right, they were losing money perhaps, or couldn't get a job, all of that's going to change now. They get to choose what path they go now. Hopefully they'll choose a good path, something that will spark their interest like you got. That would be great. I bet this was sad for both of you. I kind of feel the sadness. And Two of Cups in reverse, this is a break. It's a relationship or two people that came together that no longer see eye to eye. They don't feel like there's any connection there. It's over. And now you realize it too, which is one thing I like about the Death card, because sometimes we have a hard time letting go of something, and if we hang on too long, the Death card will come up and say, here, let me take care of that. Ugh, wow. And they're persistent. This is perseverance. They're not letting this come back. It's done. Boy, they are. This is like putting your foot down, and this is like putting your foot down and saying, it's done. It's done. And they probably really had to, maybe they had to do the self-reflecting for themselves. And they finally were able to make, and maybe you both were clinging on to something that you knew was dead. You know, a relationship, a love, a romantic, it was done. And I think you both were trying to get done with it. That's sad, but it's also beautiful. Yeah, they're happy. They're celebrating. They might be out looking for other people to, you know, maybe they're looking for another relationship perhaps. Hopefully their selves will take a time out too. Because it's not just something you can just drop at a moment's snap of a finger and then go find another. Sometimes it takes time to get over something like this. Unless it's been dragging on for them longer than it did for you, Taurus. Is that possible? It's okay. And maybe that's got something to do with let go of the need to be right. Maybe you felt, Taurus, that this was the right situation. It was supposed to be you two. But apparently it wasn't. Maybe you were just having a dream. The Nine of Cups in reverse. This is a lack of fulfillment. It's a lot like the Eight of Cups, except this is the Nine of Cups in reverse. There was no love, or whatever love was there, it's not fulfilling. Or maybe there never was love. Maybe it was just a romantic, lusty connection. Now, why is the Four of Wands here? This is sometimes known as the marriage card. Maybe they married somebody, or maybe they're going to be getting married. There's a union of two people here. Boy, if that's true, that's a fast move from one relationship into another. I would say if your person is watching, they have lessons of their own to learn. We can't judge people because we don't want to be judged either, because it causes karma when we judge others. Just let them go. You know, they know what they're doing. They're on their path. If they did the self-reflecting, then I bet you anything this is what was revealed to them to do. They're in a stable connection, and they're proposing to somebody. The Knight of Cups in the upright is somebody that's making a marriage proposal to somebody. Wow. That was fast. I guess. Like I said, I don't know how long you hung on to this, Taurus. But for sure, they're moving on. They've closed you out a long time ago. And maybe the Nine of Cups here now means that they weren't, that after this ended, their Nine of Cups was reversed because they weren't feeling emotionally fulfilled either. And maybe that's why they've looked for somebody else. This could be the kind of person, I hate to say, this could be the kind of person that feels like they can only make it in life if they have somebody with them. And who's to say, Taurus, maybe you were already giving them the hint that you wanted it to be done. And where did I say you felt, with the Eight of Swords, I said you felt like you might have been obligated. Maybe there was some form of obligation that you felt towards this person, and that's why you hung on so long. And now that you finally did let go, they did. And now they're moving on, and they're finding another relationship already. That's amazing. Do you want me to get another? I heard somebody say, another card. They went into hangman mode and made this decision. They were seeing everything from a different perspective, which means they were taking the time to reflect. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. I know it's sad. It was hurtful for you. Even though I don't really see that either. You were happy that finally you were able to move on and take a leap of faith. You were happy that this ended. They you may have initiated it perhaps, from the prior reading here, and they finally made the cut and said, no, we're done. And it made you happy, and now you felt free that you could do what you want to do. And then you ended up ending it for sure in your own psyche. Oh my God. And that's when you got that Ace of Wands. Oh gosh. That's amazing. Let's clarify it could have been a Leo, but let's clarify the Strength card. Because all of his or hers, I should say. I say that because we have a Queen here and a King here, but it don't matter. You can flip them up. With all of these cards reversed on this side and this one, it kind of tells me it could have been a Leo. Now that would be me stretching it, but let's see what it says here. Let's clarify. Oh, they were having anxiety about it, or somebody was. You were, because now when I lay out the clarifiers on the bottom of the deck, this card is on this side, just like this is on your side. So this is Taurus, your person, this is Taurus, and the next card will be your person, and see how they felt. They felt they felt like it was fair to end this. They really did. I think boy, somebody really learned some lesson here, didn't they? Because remember the Wheel of Fortune, this is destiny. They were meant to learn this lesson. It's to help them grow. Oh my gosh. And they feel like it was fair, and that's awesome. It really is. I'm sure it was hard for both of you, but you're relieved. You are so happy. You feel free again. And they are learning their lesson, and they feel like the whole situation was fair. Oh my gosh. This is one of the better readings I've had for a while. I mean, I know it was hard, but it's definitely two people grew up. That's what it feels like. Two people finally grew up and realized what was happening, and they decided to part, and they did it gracefully. I'm going to label it that. A graceful separation. Lessons learned. Oh my gosh. Now the potential outcome here is there had been a lot of hurt and pain. I knew it. It had to have been. For both of them. Both parties had a major sorrow, hurt, pain. But it is over. The 10 represents ending. So this is done. It's done. The pain is gone. For both people. And they don't feel like they have to. Somebody was defending this for quite some time. I'm thinking that it was your person, and the reason why I say that is you were so elated that they ended up cutting it out. Also, I bet they had suffered, or they're defending, both of you are defending, meaning you're never going to let this come back. You're blocking it. You're never ever going to let this come back again. It's done. Kind of like the card here, blocking. They don't want to remember. They don't want this to come back. They're happy and celebrating, and you're happy. They don't want that to come. Neither one of you want it to come back. It's done. Kabish. whatever that expression is. Capiche. Now, the King of Wands. This could actually be both of you because you guys have turned around. This person's already found another connection and they thought about it, and that's what it feels like for them. You have something that you've begun. It's something to do, I think, with work, with the Queen of Pentacles. You're in a passionate, exciting new beginning, and it has something to do with work. And the Wand talks about careers. So I have no doubt that you've started some kind of work that you absolutely love. You do. And the King of Wands is somebody that's very persistent. They will keep working on something and working on something and working on something. And it could be for both of you. You finally have found your niche. This person may have found the true love of their life, and you have found what you enjoy doing the most too. Some kind of spiritual work, because the Wands always talk about the soul. So this could be some kind of spiritual work or something to do with spirit. And you both are very persistent about this. Like separately though, I'm not saying together. Persistent about what they did, persistent with what you did. Oh my gosh. And then the last card for the reading is... Now why is that there? Somebody's still holding on. Or it could be that somebody's blocking their heart and their mind because they do not want to get into a situation like that again. They're blocking their heart and they're blocking their mind. They're done. They're not going to let this kind of situation happen again. I would bet that usually this card is for both. All of these cards are usually for both people involved or situations in this same here. Ooh, it must have been tough. Ugh. All right, anyway. Yeah, here we go again. We got the Ten of Swords and now we have the Ten of Wands. It was hellacious. It was hard. But the goal is over. It finished. A 10 is an ending. It's done. Taurus, what a reading. I hope that this helps you, and until I see you next time, namaste.